Peeling off the wall one final time in this video. You guys have no idea how happy I'm to be able to say that, by the way. We're going to see some diecast in this display. This bottom row here is Super Treasure Hunts, mostly from 2009, and a few on the end from 2010. And the upper part of the display is a little more Hot Wheels, and we're going to see some Johnny Lightning, White Lightning chase cars, some Maisto flat black chase cars, a couple M2 cars, and even a green machine. And starting from the left here with a Super Treasure Hunts from 2009, here are three you're looking at. And just to show you or illustrate the difference here are the Super Treasure Hunts. And over here back on the wall, remember these three? Here were the three regular versions of those same cards I just showed you. So regulars, and with the bad bagger, notice the wheels, by the way. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. And now here we over here supers. So nicer paint jobs, rubber tires, wheels. And again, like we talked about, it has in the dollar sign in there. You see the dollar sign on Treasure. Yeah. And that's the Plymouth Fury, like from the Christine car, from the film Christine, the book Christine, the Stephen King novel. There's a bad bagger. Again, see the difference on the wheel there? The wheel is different on the regular. Yeah, the paint, too, was just harder to tell with the paint job they did on that one. There's a Fire Eater. There's that Woody that I had the grill variations of, the Super of it. The Chevy, 49 Merc. Here's a 55 Chevy. The GMC Motorhome. And then now starts with this one, the Cadillac the custom Cadillac, I should say. That begins the 2010s. So there's some 2010 Super Treasure Hunts here. There's a classic Packard and the Rat Bomb. Moving the camera upwards to come upon these five die casts, and maybe I was shooting for symmetry with this display. I don't know, you be the judge. But I bookended it on the ends with a couple of 187 scale Hot Wheels. There's a VW station wagon. And over here, the Chevy panel. We had seen one previously in the 187. It was the red Ferrari that Carm gifted me. Again, thank you, Carm. On the inner part are a couple of M2 drivers, regular cars, not chases. Ford Torino GT in red and a GTO Judge. Then in the center is a White Lightning, Johnny Lightning chase car from the Classic Gold, 72 Pontiac Grand Prix. It's got white body and white tires, or I'm sorry, white wheels, making it a White Lightning chase car. Then we come over here, some more Hot Wheels. It's a Holiday Hot Rods 3-pack from 2008. Available only at Target at Christmas time. A couple of Chevys in there and a Volkswagen convertible up top. And sitting on top of that one's a loose 67 Camaro mainline from 2009. And over here above that one is a loose mystery car from 2008 or 2009 that just kind of wound up here loose. Here's 5 cars from Maisto manufacturer diecast. All 5 of these cars are chase cars that have flat black paint jobs and colored tires and are numbered 1 of 2,500. We'll start on the left with the 67 VW Notchback. Again, flat black paint, white tires from the G-Ride series, 1 of 2,500, making it a chase car. These 3 over here are from the Pro Rod series. And this is a 67 Ford Mustang GT, black with red tires. There's the Olds 442, same thing. And the Ford Galaxy 500. And once again, 1 of 2,500. And one more on the end here from the Pro Rod Styler series. It's a 60 Ford Starliner. It's flat black with the red tires. And 1 of 2,500. That takes us up top here to these 2 cars, Johnny Lightning, White Lightning chase cars. Here's a 70s Chevy Monte Carlo, White Lightning from the Chevy Thunder series, the prop key in there. It's got the white body, and it's got white bottom. And above that one, Walmart exclusive, another shot there. 65 Chevy Chevelle with white tires, and it has white bottom, making it a White Lightning chase car. And move to the left here. This one up top is from the California Custom series. It's a 67 Shelby GT500. And as far as I know, California Customs came through Kmart. At least it's where I found mine. I found this one, the Shelby, at Kmart. Just a beautiful car. And I have a couple more California Customs in my collection. They're back there in the corner. We'll get to them when we get to about the 11 o'clock position, one of the final videos. So there's a Shelby from the California Customs. Again, came through Kmart. And here's a 2-pack from Greenlight Machines, Diorama Road Racer series. It's a 67 Shelby Terlinga and the 72 Roy Woods Racing AMC Javelin. And it's actually the Green Machine chase version. As you can see, the Terlinga there has the green tire, the green wheels, and a green base. Just impossible to see the base in there. And this was compliments of JB. This is more of JB's handiwork here. Thank you so much, JB, for this. And speaking of JB's benevolence and knowing no boundaries here, JB sent me this in one of his packages. Check this out, guys. This is vintage Hot Wheels. The Sizzler's Juice Machine. Guess purchased in a, I don't know, flea market or maybe garage sale for $1.89. And let me just show you the side here of it. Yeah, by Mattel. And check this out. 1969 Mattel, making it, this is actual authentic vintage Mattel Hot Wheels here. So thank you, JB, so much for these wonderful gifts. Two diecast on the end here. And there's a Pontiac Firebird from M2. It's a regular, it's not a chase car. Just caught my eye, so I picked it up. And above that one is a beauty, a 55 Chevy Bel Air Blonde Gasser. It is a Redline Club exclusive from the 2019 Selection Series. And this gem came to my collection via a gentleman by the name of Edgar, who gave it to me who gave this car to me for my collection. Edgar, first and foremost, is a wonderful guy and just an awesome dude. He's a local diecast enthusiast and collector like myself. And I've been to Edgar's place a couple times, and I gotta say, without embarrassing Edgar here, he has an extremely impressive diecast collection with a lot of gems, a lot of beauties in there. Heavy emphasis on Fast and Furious cars. And quite honestly, I would like to take this camera and I would like to put his collection on display for the world to see, because I think his diecast collection is definitely YouTube worthy. Of course, I have to first finish my own video, so. Okay, guys, last story or tale I'm going to tell in my collection video here regarding my days of collecting revolves around these three cars, and also the James JB from New Hampshire tie-in to the story coming up in a little bit. These three cars are from a series of specialty Hot Wheels called Larry's 50th, as you can see there, Larry Wood 50. From bottom to top, it's a green custom Chevy, a blue passing gas in the middle, and what I just showed you, a very nice gold bone shaker. And upon initial examination, you realize these are exclusive to Walmart. They are Walmart exclusive cars, which they are. But I didn't obtain them from Walmart. I obtained these three cars from the Hot Wheels vending machine during the 2019 Hot Wheels tour, which I attended in July of 2019. Collectors out there know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who are the uninitiated, I should say, for those who don't know, what the Hot Wheels tour is, it's a national tour that goes coast to coast across America, and it hits a different city or different town, and it hit a town near me back in July of 2019, so I attended it. And what the tour is, it is a national tour that is part car show, so actual life-size show cars that you could peruse and take pictures of on your phone. A lot of American muscle, Camaros, Shelbys, Mustangs, Novas, Chevelles, Hemi Cudas, show-level cars, show-quality cars. So it's part car show, and it's also part Hot Wheels vending booths. And Hot Wheels sponsors the show, and they bring their vending machine to one of the booths. And what the vending machine is, imagine an actual vending machine, with the coils that you would see, the actual those round coils that you would see in a typical office. But instead of dispensing candy bars or bags of chips when you put coins in it, it dispenses actual Hot Wheels cars. And you line up, 2 hour or so wait. When you get up there to the vending machine, you spin this little arrow on a dial, on like a wheel. And whatever number hits on the wheel corresponds to your slot in the vending machine and which car you get. And I remember at the tour, the bottom row, only the bottom row of the vending machine, had the car that most all collectors were after, which was the Zamak exclusive Dairy Delivery Redline Club car that was on a little Protecto pack. And only the bottom row had that. And so naturally you're shooting for hitting that number on your wheel when you spin to get the Zamak Dairy Delivery. Unfortunately, as you could see here, I didn't get lucky and hit that number when I spun. I just hit the numbers of the rows that contained Larry Woods cars. And so that is how I wound up with these three cars from the Larry Woods cars into my collection from the vending machine spin. So now that I've established where I got these cars from and how the vending machine works at the Hot Wheels booth and the Hot Wheels tour, now I want to kind of work or weave JB into the story here and dial back to the vending machine for just a second. So if you're wondering, is it free to line up for the vending machine pulls? The answer is no. It would cost you to line up to get the vending machine pulls. and here's how you have to pay. So I had mentioned that Hot Wheels sponsors this whole Hot Wheels tour, and when I attended, it was in the parking lot of a Walmart Supercenter, a huge parking lot, because a lot of people attend the Hot Wheels tour. At least when I went in the town near me, there was a lot of people attending the tour. And this was in the summer of 2019, and so Hot Wheels works in conjunction with the Walmart, whose parking lot they are occupying on that. It was a Saturday morning afternoon, and so here's how it works. If you want to line up to get a pull from the Hot Wheels vending machine, you had to purchase $20 in certain kinds of specially marked goods from the Walmart Supercenter, whose parking lot we were occupying. So you had to go into the Walmart on specially marked goods. It could be Hot Wheels, I believe, was one of the specially marked goods, or on some other like clothes and shoes that I guess were being endorsed at this promotional event. You had to buy $20 worth, and every $20 worth you buy from the Walmart and have a receipt in hand to show the guy who works the vending machine booth, you would get one spin on the wheel. So $20 is good for one spin, and that's how that worked. And so anyway, now where JB comes in is JB wanted me to go on to attend the Hot Wheels tour mostly because he wanted me to attend Hot Wheels' second booth, which at the second booth that Hot Wheels was running, they had an exclusive Datsun Bluebird wagon in green that was only available on the tour. And JB had asked me, could you line up and get this car for me from the booth? And then could you also get some vending machine pulls all on my behalf? And I said, sure, JB, no problem. And he said, great, I'm going to mail you a check to cover the cost of this. It's $20 per pull and to cover the cost of the exclusive Datsun. It was a Bluebird wagon in green that was exclusive to the tour, only available at the Hot Wheels booth, their second vendor booth at this tour. And so I said, JB, no problem, man. I'll go out and do this for you. It's the least I could do. It'll be honor my pleasure, but I don't need you to send me any money or anything like that. Well, JB, shall we say, is a little stubborn, and he went ahead and sent me a check to cover the cost of this. I believe it was a check for $100 to cover the cost of the vending machine pulls and the exclusive car. So, you guys want to see what I did with the check? So there's JB's check. Yeah, I decided to add it to my collection. Same way I would add a die-cast car, or action figure, a baseball card to my collection. By the way, we're back in my master bedroom. And here, JB's check sits on top of the Javi Baez baseball figure by the Star Wars Black Series figures. And yeah, I just added it to my collection rather than send it back to JB or shred it. All pertinent and sensitive information has been redacted, of course. The millions that JB keeps in his bank is nobody's business, really. Anyway, I just decided to add to my collection. I did, make it a part of it. Can't say it's an original idea, though, guys. I actually borrowed this idea from baseball great and Hall of Fame leadoff man Ricky Henderson, and something he did back in the 90s. Backstory on that and who Henderson was, real briefly. Ricky Henderson is a Hall of Fame baseball player, one of the greatest leadoff hitters of all time. I highly doubt any ball player will ever come close to sniffing his career steals records and stolen base records. Anyway, he had a successful 20-year career where he played for 9 different ball clubs. And sometime in the mid-90s, it seemed like, or at least in the 90s, that Henderson was on a different ball club every year. And at one point, he did sign and played a season or two with the San Diego Padres. Sometime again in the 90s, maybe the mid-90s. And so anyway, I don't remember exactly if Henderson was still with the Padres ball club when this occurred, but something, when the Padres accountants were doing the books, they discovered there was an extra $1 million. Yeah, an extra $1 million in their accounts, in their coffers. And this prompted a call from Padres management or possibly accountants to Ricky Henderson himself. And the question was, so Ricky, and again, let me just stress, I don't know if Henderson was still at the ball club at this point or not, or if he had moved on to maybe the New York Mets or the Seattle Mariners. But anyway, they called Ricky, and the question was, so Ricky, when you signed with us and we gave you that $1 million check, you did cash the check, right? And Ricky's response was, no, I decided not to cash a check, but instead to frame the check and put it up on the wall in my home office. So yeah, that's where I got the idea from. But unlike Ricky Henderson, I actually informed JB that I was not going to cash his check, but instead add it to my collection so he can adjust his accounts accordingly. I can only assume that maybe the Padres accountants would have been a lot more grateful to Mr. Henderson had they gotten a phone call that their $1 million check was not going to be cashed, and that would explain why they're $1 million over. So anyway, there's JB's checks. It's proudly in my collection in my bedroom. Okay, so JB was the topic, the fodder of my final collecting story. JB from New Hampshire and the Ricky Henderson-esque inspired JB bank check. And right about then, probably Chad was thinking, thank God I'm off the hook. He's not going to talk anymore about me. No, not true. No, no, Chad, you're not off the hook. I'm going to talk some more about you. So what we're looking at here is Chad's mystery box. And to my viewing audience, again, my benefactors, the guys like Chad, like JB, Mo, Carm, Kenny, Jason, the ones who have just like contributed to my collection all these years, and so many others through like all the years of going to retail stores, 22 years of that, all the little connections I established at the retail stores, people have helped me put stuff into my collection. Can't thank them enough. And this is it right here. This is the generosity in action. Chad sends me a box, and it's called Chad's mystery box because I have no idea what's in there. What I do know is Chad sent it to me a couple of months ago. Yeah, he did. He sent this box to me a couple of months ago, and I didn't open it. And I'm saving it for the end of the video. And remember, I promised you guys when I was talking to my viewing audience in the room in the corner of the basement that before the video was over, I was going to open Chad's mystery box. Well, here it is. But again, bear in mind, Chad has no idea that I'm doing this video. So for 2 months, I had to stall about why I hadn't opened his box. But I'm notoriously late about opening box anyway, and Chad knows that. So anyway, he sent me this box 2 months ago. Have no idea what's in there. What I thought I'd do is open it and show the contents of it because that will be added to my collection. And this is how the collection is built. Is these guys send me stuff and I just add it to my collection that you've seen for, I don't even know how many hours I've been showing this stuff now on film. But that's what it is. It's literally their generosity in action. And I can't thank them enough for that. That is such an awesome gesture. So thank you. As far as the contents go, I suspect it's die cast and maybe some sports cards. But again, I have no idea what exactly because Chad just sends me these boxes. He has been for over 10 years now. And again, I can't thank him enough for that. So thank you so much for that, Chad. We're going to open this box and see the contents in just a second. And also, I had to put the kind of unceremonious, the unceremonious generic label over the box because, again, speaking now to my female viewing audience, guys, I'm sorry. I don't want any problems for Chad's wife. I don't want her, why are suddenly people outside my home? I don't want any problems there. So for that reason, guys, I'm sorry, but I had to just put the label over all the sensitive content there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, open it, remove the contents, and so we can see what's in there. So there's the open box. I went ahead and opened it off camera. Figure you guys didn't need to see me on camera open the box because, well, quite frankly, this video has probably gone on long enough. So can you just fast forward and get to the content? Yes, I can. So here are the contents of the box I opened, the Chad's mystery box. Some die cast here on the left. And check this out, guys. Right? Yeah, this is what Chad sent me, what you're seeing here. And so, Christmas came early for me this year, to be honest. And that is no disrespect to my lovely wife, who, for Christmas will buy me nice sweater or jacket or something like that. And that's great. And I love her for that. And it's such a nice gift. But would I rather have LeBron, Bagley, Prism, Rookie, Parallel, Red, White, and Blue, Ja, Kobe, Pippen, Pink Ice. Right? Yeah, Schwarber, Bowman, Chrome Rookie. There's a Lindor, Topps Rookie. Chad sends me a Gleyber Torres, Bowman Draft, Chrome Refractor graded, professionally graded card. I told you guys, all the graded cards in my collection come from Chad. Every one of them. Seriously. Luis Robert, likely AL Rookie of the Year if he hasn't already been named such. Adley Rutschman. And there's these like basketball cards, like from the 90s. Like there's a Pippen, Finest Masters, a Duncan, SP Spectacular from like the 2000s, I should say. 90s and 2000s, late 90s, 2000s. And I always wonder, because Chad always sends me these cards like this. these 90s and 2000s basketball cards. I wonder where does he get them from? Where does Chad come up with these cards that you're seeing there from? Like, does he have the Chad basketball archives? Maybe, perhaps. See a couple more there. And then on the end over here, the die cast. It's a Hot Wheels car culture from the Wild Terrain, the Ford Bronco. And above that is the always highly sought after Bel Air Gasser, the 55 Chevy with that flat gray finish from the Boulevard series. So yeah, I mean, wow. I'm so humbled and wow, it's all I can say. Like, thank you so much. This is you guys are seeing just a sample of what Chad and my other benefactors have been sending me for years. And we send each other back stuff. I don't quite remember the last thing I sent Chad. He could probably, if he's watching his videos, he's stuck with it for 5 hours here to the end, then he can comment on that. But just wonderful, just wonderful. And I can't say thanks enough. So thank you, Chad. Thank you so much for this wonderful gift. Christmas came early. Thought I'd throw these comic books you're going to see here into the video, call it bonus content. Yes, guys, you're getting the bonus content in the deluxe boxed edition DVD collection. Yeah, at the outset, I said nothing about comic books. That's true, I did not. I said I collect action figures, sports cards, and die cast. Nothing about comic books. That's true. Um, and quite frankly, guys, full disclosure, I don't know anything about the current comic book market because I don't collect comics actively. What I have here, I'm going to show you in just a minute, is a very small and I would say rather unimpressive comic book collection with some of my better ones, or what I think my better ones are down here. We'll get to them in a minute. But anyway, again, I have no familiarity with the modern day comic book market. Let me just say that first off, because I stopped following or buying comic books around the year 1990. So yeah, some background from these comic books I'm going to show you. I collected them briefly in my life from late 1988 to the year 1990. Just a little over 2 years. When I was a teenager, 13, 14 years old. And it was 90 I stopped collecting them because at that point I was kind of forced to make a decision. Do you want to collect sports cards or do you want to collect comic books? Because both markets were exploding at that time. But financially, from my allowance or whatever I was making cutting the grass and washing people's cars, wasn't going to allow for both. So I chose sports cards. And also, too, the price of comic books is going up, too, just like sports cards was. They were going for like $1 an issue, then they go up to $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, now they're $2 an issue. So I made a decision, stick with sports cards. Didn't buy or really follow comics after the year 1990, roughly. So just full disclosure on that one. But anyway, here is that small and rather unimpressive comic book collection. And before I started thumbing through these, it's 90% Marvel comics, with the other 10% being DC. And the only DC I collected back then was Batman and Detective Comics. And Detective's just another form of Batman. And then I have a couple issues of Aliens from Dark Horse. So anyway, here we go. There's an old Amazing Spider-Man you can see there. And then I'm going to thumb through them. They're alphabetical, by the way. I collected Amazing Spider-Man from those years I just described, 88 to 90, that you're seeing here. Some Captain America, Classic X-Men, Fantastic Four, Ghost Rider, Incredible Hulk, New Mutants, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I have some Punisher, Sensational She-Hulk, Spectacular Spider-Man. Yeah, I was heavy on Spider-Man. I did all the Spider-Mans back then. There's Web of, as you're seeing there, Web of Spider-Man. So heavy on the Spider-Mans. Then Wolverine. Yes. Collected Wolverine. Certainly did, as you're seeing them all there. So back here's that other 10% of the collection I was talking about, the DC comic books and the Dark Horse Aliens. And yeah, this is just Batman from that same time period, 88 to 90, that you're seeing there that I collected. Same thing here with Detective comic books from that same time frame. And then on the end here, Aliens from Dark Horse. And at least I had presence of mind back then when I was collecting to keep the books nice by bagging them all up and put them all in individual baggies. Because it was that time that I was learning as a collector, just if you want to keep your stuff nice over the years, then you have to preserve it. So what I did is I pulled from the box what I think are maybe some of the better comic books in my collection. But again, I truly have no idea because like I said, I haven't followed the market in 30 years. So I really don't know if these are really still the good ones, or maybe if there's better comic books in here now and these are not as desired. Again, I have no idea like if they're still, like I said, highly sought after like they were. But I do remember that one thing held true for both collecting comic books and sports cards was the first of anything is always the most valuable, or usually the most valuable. So in sports cards it'd be the player's rookie card, but in comic books it was always that first issue of any hot series that was really gaining popularity. All right, so with that said, here are the I think maybe are the better ones. I just put them in alpha order A to Z. These top three were actually purchased secondary, like at a comic book shop or maybe at a sports trade show, card show, comic book convention on the weekend or something. It's like an older Amazing Spider-Man with a Punisher appearance. They're probably from maybe the late 70s, early 80s. Then these two are with the Chance Encounter. They're Tom McFarlane covers. You see McFarlane 87. Again, I wasn't collecting the books back then, but I bought these like on the secondary, so to say, once I started collecting. All the rest of these, like this Cable #1, these I actually acquired at my comic book shop at the time. Like right off the comic book stand, you would say, for cover price. Sorry for the glare there. Fantastic Four 375. Here's Ghost Rider 1 and 2, because he was kind of becoming popular at that time. Spectacular Spider-Man with the nice cover, 200. Then Punisher #2, Punisher War Journal #1. Then this one's just called Spider-Man, like a reinvention of Spider-Man with the different covers. There was several different variation covers in that one. And then moving down here, there's a Venom one with the Punisher. Then these are like the first 5 issues of Wolverine. Because again, I was a big Wolverine fan back then. And so I bought like the first roughly 20 or 25 issues of these. And there's one with the Saber-Tooth before I stopped collecting the comic books. And here on the end, a Batman from the Death in the Family. Probably my best DC comic book in my collection. Moving back now to the wall to finish showing the remainder of the die cast and therefore the conclusion of the collection. And we're here in the 10 o'clock position on the fictional clock. And we're going to see some treasure hunts. Down below here are a set of 2004 treasure hunts. And up top is a set of the 2005 treasure hunts. And there's also an error card up top as well. So we'll start down here with the 2004 treasure hunts, beginning with this Pontiac Bonneville. And yeah, Hot Wheels was still using the treasure chest logo back then. Cadillac CN over here. It was always my goal every year, Dodge Double Demon, to complete a set of treasure hunts. Although in 2004 I fell short, and I'll show you where. It's right here. As you can see on the altered state, it says number 7 to 12. And here on the Whipped Creamer 2, it's showing you 9 to 12. Number 8's the Morris Wagon treasure hunt. I never found it that year. It was very hard to find back in 2004 with the Morris Wagon treasure hunt. Both versions, the Colmole wheels and the Red Rider or the Red Line wheels. There was 2 versions of that one, but I never found it from my collection that year. I'm not even sure if it hit American retail. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm short the Morris Wagon from that year, from 2004. And into this top row is 2005 treasure hunt, starting on the left here with this Purple Passion. 2 versions exist with the card. Here's one with the TH logo you see. And there's another version of that exists that has the old school treasure hunt logo. Not sure which was the rarer one, but I wound up with a TH version, Purple Passion. There's a really nice 67 Camaro, Corvette. I was really impressed with the castings for this year of 2005. I thought, Hot Wheels used really nice castings. I think that's this 57 Chevy for that year, the Flash Rider. Just really nice models. There's the Mustang, GTO, Roger Dodger, Morris Cooper. Very hard to find that year. That was a Kmart promo day pull from a case. I think Eve pulled me that one. Thank you, Eve. And Barracuda. And the 12th one from the set, the Dodge Double Demon. And then moving back to this way. Here's an error card. It's a Scorchin' Scooter from, I think it's from 2005. But notice it's missing the engine. Yeah, see that like peg you're seeing right there? Normally the engine would go there for the motorcycle, but it's missing it. So there's another quality control slip through there. And, once again, one man's trash, another man's treasure. It slips through quality control and it finds its way into my collection, right? One more movement of the clock moves us to the 11 o'clock position. And here in the 11, we're going to see more treasure hunts from 2007 Super Treasure Hunts, as well as some first editions and variation cars. And then down below over here are some seasonal cars, Easter exclusives, and Father's Day cars. So we'll start at the top here with these two tuned cars, the tuned Mustang and the tuned Camaro, first editions. These are variation cars. On this tuned Mustang, you'll see it there. It says Boss Hoss. Yeah, that's the rare version that has the actual Boss Hoss tampo on there. The more common version, I believe, does not have it. And here on this tuned Camaro, it's an unpainted grill. I'm sorry, unpainted grill, unpainted gill, I should say. The gills there, the racing gills are unpainted, so unpainted gills make it the rare variation. And there are some kind of like sought after first editions of the 55 Chevy panel from 2006 first edition. As you can see, it says there. And again, just kind of one of the more highly sought after cars, kind of like a rookie car. The Carmen Gia 2006 first edition. Again, one of the more sought after ones. Here from 2007, new models is a Batmobile. They're variations, kind of hard to see. I know it's their grill variations. One Batmobile has a smooth grill, and one has a ridge grill. And again, I know they're almost impossible to see at that angle, but maybe just take my word for it. They're grill variations on the Batmobile from 2007. And there's one more first edition. It's the VW Fastback, I should say, from 2007. One of the new models, first editions. Here's a row of Super Treasure Hunts beginning the year 2007, and they continue on into 2008. So it's 2007, 2008 Super Treasure Hunts. And for those who know your history, and I'm sure you Hot Wheels enthusiasts do, you're aware that 2007 was the first year that Hot Wheels decided to change the treasure hunt format, going from 12 standard issue treasure hunts to 12 regular hunts and 12 supers. And I already shown you the regulars of these cars, the regular versions. So here are the super versions, starting with the Nissan Skyline there, 2007 Super Treasure Hunt. Mega Thrust, the Hammer Sled. Again, notice the difference in card as well in 2007. Brutalistic, Jaded, beautiful Ferrari. Cadillac V16, the Evil Twin. And down here, this Corvette. This Corvette's actually the Toys R Us exclusive mail-away version of the Super Treasure Hunt from 2007. The Toys R Us version, as I'll show you, had a different bottom. Toys R Us version, mail-away version, had the gray bottom, whereas the standard issue one, the one you would randomly pull out of cases of Hot Wheels, had a black bottom. So that one happens to be the Toys R Us mail-away exclusive version of the Super Treasure Hunt, the Corvette. And the Super Treasure Hunts continue here with 2008. Here's the first one, the Chrysler from the 2008 line of Supers. The Rockster. They continue up here. Just a really nice Mustang. Here's a Hot Bird. Footnote this one, guys. I'm going to come back and talk about this one in just a second. This Hot Bird, so footnote it. There's a Quambi. Funny card, even says Treasure Hunt on it. Nice Vet. This one's called 16 Angels. Buick Riv. Drift King. And a really nice 69 Camaro Super from 2008. But coming back now to this Hot Bird, I hadn't pointed this out at any time in my video previously, so I guess I'll just talk about it now. And again, if you're a Hot Wheels collector enthusiast out there, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those who are not, this is actually what they call a short card issued Hot Wheels. Because if you look at the cardboard backing behind it, it literally is shorter than a standard size long card Hot Wheels. Let me show you the difference. This is a short card. See where the number 5 of 12 is there in the Hot Wheels logo? And then here's your standard long card. See the difference? Yeah. So this is considered, this is a short carded, and these short card were produced first off in far less quantities than the standard size long card, and they were literally intended for checkout aisle, like at a Walmart or Target. In fact, I found a couple of Hot Wheels short carded cases, like all the cars in the case, and on the case, or it would say like for checkout aisle. The same way, Walmart and Target checkout aisles would hang. Well, now you see like a lot of Legos there. They put, gum, candy, lighters, things like that. Well, these Hot Wheels are intended to be hung in the checkout aisles of Walmarts and Targets, and they've been produced with the shorter card just for that specific purpose. And funny thing about these short-carded Hot Wheel issue cars is 10 years ago, a car like this, a model like this, would be lesser sought after or desired than its long card counterpart. So yeah, so the short carded cars and super treasure hunts would essentially sell for less or go for less than the long carded ones. I think because mostly collectors wanted everything to look uniform. They wanted all their Hot Wheels to look uniform, long carded, and now this short carded one, well, it's kind of like the ugly daughter at the dance that can't seem to get any guy to ask her to dance. It was kind of neglected like that 10 years ago, but in the modern market, this one actually outsells its long card counterpart. Yeah, it's true. The short carded ones are actually outselling the long carded ones because I think the hobby of the community is recognizing just how scarce these short carded ones are because they were produced in far lesser quantities. They were than the long carded counterparts, and now they're outselling them in today's market. So I guess the daughter, they suddenly recognize her beauty. Sitting on top of the 2008 Super Treasure Hunts here is a Motor City Muscle Dodge Dart chase car. We had seen some of these Motor City Muscle specialty cars back in the corner, if you guys remember the basement. And this one has the blue Spectrafame paint job, indicating it's a chase car. Any cars that had this blue Spectrafame paint from the Motor City Muscle or any of the specialty series, those were considered chase cars. That's a pretty sharp one. It's a Dodge Dart. I'll move to the bottom of the display. Here's another one of those 1/87 scale cars. I showed you a few of these before, the red Ferrari from Carm and the panel truck and the VW Samba bus. This is a Volkswagen Beetle, and it was sent to me either by Carm or JB. I don't remember which of those benefactors sent it to me. If you're ever wondering, do I have all this stuff written down somewhere where who sends me what? The answer is no, I don't, but it's all in my head. It's all filed away in my head. I just know who sent me what. I know it, and it's somewhere in my brain. Although my brain does experience a glitch every once in a while, as clearly is the case here, and, don't remember which one of them sent this to me. Would it help if I had written it down? Yes, I suppose it would have, but so be it. And here are two cereal cars, because I obtained these from boxes of cereal, yes. They're from the Richard Petty collection, and here's a Plymouth GTX from Lucky Charms cereal in red. And there's Cheerios, that's a Roadrunner, in the orange. Yeah, they're from a Richard Petty collection where these cars were actually found in boxes of cereal in these little shrink baggies. And I think my mom actually bought a box of Cheerios and pulled this car out of there and said, "Here, I know you collect the cars, so you can have it for your collection." So yeah, these were actually pulled from boxes of cereal. And moving across now the bottom border, we're going to see some seasonal cars from 2008, as well as a main line on the end there. And so we'll start on the end here. These are Easter egg exclusive cars. Exclusive to Walmart, came out around Easter time 2008. There's a Cadillac, 65 Bonneville, Corvette. This one's called Beach Patrol. And these are Father's Day cars, which were exclusive to Kmart back in 2008. And they started coming around right around the time the 20-for-1 Kmart promo K-Days were coming around in 2008. And again, Father's Day that year, these were exclusive to Kmart. There's a nice 57 Chevy Bolero in red. Really sharp Nomad. A Roger Dodger, split window vet, and a cool looking Gold Dairy Delivery. On the end here is a Batmobile 2007 First Edition short carded, issued on short card. I gave you guys the YouTube 101 tutorial on short carded Hot Wheels, and so that's a First Edition Batmobile there on short card from 2007. I'll call this the 11 5/8 position on the imaginary clock. And up top here, we're going to see some Sin 68 Hot Wheels specialty cars. And then down here, a couple of tucked away M2s there. And at the very bottom, some Hot Wheels California Customs. And then some bigger cars, one from Greenlight and one from Jetta. Start at the top here with this line of specialty Hot Wheels called Since 68. They were Walmart exclusives, and the 68 refers to the year 1968, which was the first year that Hot Wheels came around. That was when the Mattel Toy Company invented this new kids toy called Hot Wheels, which of course will later on will go on to become a major adult collectible item. So again, Sin 68 cars exclusive to Walmart. See some really sharp ones here, like the 67 Camaro. They have nicer wheels, either like Redline or otherwise wheels. There's a really sharp Mustang. And 57 Chevy blue with the white walls. Yeah, again, they were exclusive to Walmart. Very tough to find. Did not last on the shelf, particularly some models like the panel there. There's a Charger, Nomad. There's a really nice dairy delivery. Hot Bird, Passion, Roger Dodger. They kept it to just like hot models, like really hot models of Hot Wheels that the collectors would be like after. Very popular ones. There's a 67 Chevy Camaro convertible with the red line wheels. And just nice product here. Here's a 57 Chevy and a Nomad also from the Sin 68 set. Moving down the display, a couple of M2 regular cars tucked away here. Here's a Plymouth Barracuda Super Stock and a Ford COE pickup truck. The regulars, not chases, but that's a nice truck with a black with flames. Moving down to the bottom, here are two more California Custom Series Hot Wheels. We had seen previously a white Shelby GT 500 with blue racing stripes in the California Custom Series. And again, I believe these were Kmart exclusives because Kmart's the only place I saw them. There's a really nice 66 GTO Spectrafame blue and a 49 Merc. I really like this series. Which there would have been more of them out there. Below that one is a 1/24 scale 69 Chevy Camaro from Big Time Muscle Jetta manufacturer Diecast. And it's just really nice in chrome there. And it's even numbered of 9,000. I got 59, 5955 and 9,000 is the one I found. And over here is a 1/24 scale 69 Chevy Camaro from Greenlight Machines Black Bandit series. It's a Toys R Us exclusive. And again, it's 1/24 scale. Regular car, not a chase, but just very nice Camaro. $11 7/8 position on our imaginary clock. Yes, indeed. Some seasonal Hot Wheels here we're going to see, as well as a few M2s. And then way at the bottom, just a couple more M2s. I'm moving left to right. These are Kroger exclusive seasonal cars from the Kroger food chain. And they were available only through Kroger back in 2010 or 2011. I don't remember which year specifically. And these were the St. Patrick's Kroger exclusives around St. Patrick's Day. There's a nice Cadillac Escalade in green and gold. Chrysler GTO wagon. Dodge Challenger funny car. Ford GTX. Volkswagen Beetle. And this begins the Kroger exclusive Mardi Gras cars that were available around Mardi Gras time those years. Nissan Titan truck, it's nice. 67 Camaro convertible. I like hard tops, but I will take convertibles on Camaros. Combat Medic, really nice Mustang there, and the Canyon Carver. In front of the Hot Wheels, you got four regular M2 cars. Here's one from the Detroit Muscle Series, a nice 69 Camaro in white. 71 Plymouth Cuda. And these two are from the Wild Card series, which were Walmart exclusives. It's a 58 Chevy Apache Fleetline truck. And here's a 58 GMC Suburban Carrier. Nice trucks there. Walmart exclusives. And then down here at the bottom, a couple more regular M2 cars. Detroit Muscle. Black with flames, just sharp looking cars. 71 Plymouth Cuda. And below that one's a 74 Mustang Mach 1. A 12 o'clock position, the final piece of collection to show you. Starts up top here with these four Mustangs from Hot Wheels from a specialty series called Mustang Mania. 12 cars in the series. Here's a 2010 Ford Mustang GT. Shelby in yellow. These are real hard to find at the retail stores back in the day. 69 Mustang and a white Shelby 2008. And these three cars are from the police rod series. If you recall, there was military rods, fire rods, and police rods. And all three were pulled from distribution or discontinued early in the distribution process, the retail stores, making them today one of the most elusive sets out there from retail. And I managed to snag these three, a 69 Mustang right there, Jaded, and a Shelby Concept from the police rod series. And now we're going to see some Greenlight Machines. All regulars, no chase cars from some of the early waves of Greenlight. There's a Shelby. Nice looking Chevy Camaro. Ford Mustang Boss 302 again. Sharp Spectraflame paint job. Caught my eye. There's a Chevy Impala from the Hobby Collection where it comes with this little accessory and package. AMC Javelin AMX with the blue metallic again. I like it. Chevy Chevelle, Ford Mustang, and the Chevy Corvette from '68 with the blue metallic. And here are some M2 cars from the early waves of M2, the very first waves of them, where M2 was actually still packaging their cars up in an all plastic clamshell. Sorry for the glare. There's a Ford Mustang 428 in all black. There's a Plymouth Hemi-Cuda. The chase cars from these early waves would have been chrome or black and gold chase cars, because again, they were from the early waves of M2. There's a Super B and a Ford Torino GT. Ford Mustang Boss in turquoise. And now down here are some of the later waves of M2 when they switched from going to the all-plastic clamshell to the cardboard backing from the auto drivers waves. There's a Ford Mustang Boss 429 and a Mustang Mach 1. And that wraps up the basement. Stick around for that one last item I want to show you guys, and to answer the eternal question, so how much crap have we actually seen in your video here? Yes, I do have numbers. I do have numbers, I promised you. So stick around for that, and I will show them to you very shortly. And here we are, the 12 o'clock position, the final group of diecast to show here, and that will conclude showing you my collection. Although I want to say I did save one item, one single item for the very end. And I am going to show you these cars, by the way. And also after I show you that item, we'll take a look at the numbers, because you guys did stick around all the way to the end. I promised you I'd show you numbers, which I do keep. And so I will show you some numbers at the end. Before I go ahead and do that, what I thought I'd do for my viewing audience, just to offer you some perspective, is to go ahead and give you a visual review, call it a last walkthrough, of everything we've seen down here in the basement that has gotten us to this point at the 12 o'clock. And then all this stuff that we're seeing here through the viewfinder has been covered in this video. And that's gotten up to this point. That's gotten us to this point here to the 12 o'clock position. That yes, all this stuff's been covered. We've seen all this stuff. And again, to my viewing audience who have stuck with it in this video for however long it's been going on for, I'm not even sure how many hours this video has been going on for now. But for those who have stuck around, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Please leave comments and feedback. I definitely will respond to it. I would love to hear what you have to say. And I just really appreciate your time. It's been an honor and a pleasure to show you guys all this stuff down here in my collection. And that very first video that you watched when this YouTube collection of my video began, when I walk up the stairs and I say, "Hi, I'm the collector and welcome to my collection." Yeah, that video, the initial video. That video was 7 months ago. Yeah, I've been working on filming my collection for 7 months now. Just kind of been working steadily at it, sometimes doggedly and just tiredly after it. But it's an honor and a pleasure. Absolutely an honor and a pleasure to show you guys my collection and to show you all this stuff. And as far as where we are with the collection video, do you remember when Mom asked me about how long will this video be? And I said, well, Mom, it's going to be like watching The Godfather's parts 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back. Do you remember when I said that in my video? Well, we're at the part now in part 3 where an aged Michael Corleone is sitting in a rocking chair somewhere like on his property, and he's recollecting his life when he was a younger man and all the stuff that happened when he was younger, the marriages, the highs, the lows, just kind of a life recollection there. And he's running through it all through his mind, and we're seeing it as viewers as, parts of the different films, Godfather 1, 2, and 3. And then Michael, after, again, recollecting the different parts of his life, just puts his sunglasses on and just keels over and passes away. And that's how the Godfather trilogy ends. And so, well, that's kind of where we are here with the video. We are at the very end. Before I continue, something I just want to show my viewing audience here about this Camaro, this Black Bandit Camaro. So as I was doing my quote-unquote prep work for this video to show you what it is I'm going to show you, and I'm looking at this car and I said, okay, so it looks to me like this is a 69 Camaro RS SS. But yet, I'm going to show you the package here in the car. Notice that nowhere on the package does it identify this car as a Camaro. Other than maybe on the body where you see it says Camaro SS there. But it's not identified. I'm just going to pull the box up here. So here's the side of the box that we just viewed. The front of the box. I'm going to show you the back of the box here. Kind of a blur about the Black Bandit collection you see there. 124 scale cars. But nothing about the make and model of the car that is in the package. And there's a bottom here, just the usual, you know, again, nothing in there about what model it is. So, yeah, so when it comes to this notion of getting to know your collection and knowing your toys and know what's in your collection, sure, I'm all for that, absolutely. But certainly it helps when the manufacturer actually identifies what it is we've purchased from them and have in our hands. And yeah, that's kind of just funny, I thought, because nowhere on this package does it identify as a '69 Chevy Camaro. I guess you just have to kind of know what you're buying. Once again, know your toys.